force. Cut you like a fish and spill your sauce. Kill the track with no remorse. Spit those balls till I get hoarse. Break his face like I'm the man. It's no fact that I'm the man. Roll my tracks on high demand. Smack your face with a cheap pen. Sling your throat with the guillotine. One man army with a team. Wanna scheme in your dream. Cannot run that laser beam. Niggas never had that block on lock. All that bullshit needs to stop. All you do is lie a lot. I had sacks right in my sock. What you do is search for a purse. Pop them shits like they your search. Put a grenade in your wife's purse. Top of the grade on this nice verse. Hit you with that Novocaine. All you had yourself to blame. Most these rappers have no shame. Welcome to my hall of pain. Bumming now, so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Bumming now, so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Break graffiti in your face. Kill that beat, don't leave a trace. Hopefully don't catch a case. Opposition isn't safe. Bomber that is mad as fuck. Got it locked like Attica. Fuckery, I had enough. Growing up, I had it rough. But my family held it down. Let me get a couple rounds. Toast to my dudes at Ghost Town. Charlatans is not around. Zap the taste right out your face. Every day I paper chase. Have the safe at mother base. Use a waste of the human race. Huh. Shout come boss. Got my rivals seeking stars. Not celebrities retard. Hit in the dark, throwing darts. Now you know the consequences. Niggas run away and hop in fences. Got it from the mud deep in the trenches. This track slapped hard, knock him senseless. Bumming now, so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Bumming now, so don't get better. Don't want that shit on my sweater. Go gorilla for that cheddar. Don't be a victim, just get better. Pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. This bumper clock will never stop. Now pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. Pop, there goes your top. This bumper clock will never stop.
Wagwan, brethren. You already know the vibes, B. Council Roundtable signing back in once again. Can you comprehend, my friend? Huh? Episode 135. 135. We're getting up there, B. We're getting up there. And while we're getting up there, the numbers are climbing too. And I appreciate all of you. Everybody that pulls up to the table, everyone that watches the replays, everyone that puts up the thumbs up, Hacksaw Jim Duggan style. Ho! All of y'all are awesome. Really appreciate everybody, yo. I just want y'all to remember that and always know that. But yeah, man, kind of stacked show, B. We got the 200th episode of Dynamite tomorrow. We got the Raw review. Oh my God, fucking Raw. Anyways, we got that also. And we got SummerSlam this weekend, Saturday. So it's looking like I'm going to end up doing the show on Saturday. Shouts go out to you, Marcus. Shouts go out to you, Black Star. You know, you my guys. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. Yes, Cody Rhodes is an idiot. And yes, Vince is an even bigger idiot for not putting a stipulation for a blood feud. So let's move on, shall we? No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to move on. Not right now. I got something to say. Right. Everybody remember that whole Zach Gowen angle when this dude Brock Lesnar beat the crap out of him in front of his moms. Shouts go out to Zach Gowen's moms. She played that part to a T. And rightfully so. This dude, Brock Lesnar, looked like he massacred Zach Gowen. And he did. Ballet Dancer was good. He definitely did. Like, F5 to the motherfucking ring pole. Chair shots to the face outside the ring. Didn't he wipe this dude Zach Gowen blood on his chest? That should call an ass kicking. Right in front of his mom's. And she sold it beautifully. Oh, thanks for reminding me too, ballet dancer. We definitely gotta talk about that. Yeah, throwing him down the steps. But I'm talking about the time when he violated this dude in front of his mom's. Why does dude Vince try to reenact the same thing? And let's come on now. Come on now. Y'all know damn well Vince booked that scenario with Cody Rhodes and Brock. Basically try to, you know what I mean, catch lightning in the bottle for the second time. Which everybody knows you can't fucking do. I don't want to hear nobody sit there and say this dude Vince is not the head booker, because he is. He's the head creative, head booker. Was Triple H around that time when this dude Zach Gowen got massacred by Brock? Can we put that narrative to bed now? Vince is the head booker. He's the head creative. He want to have complete power. And that proved it right there with that whole debacle. And then Cody Rhodes' mom looked like she didn't even fucking care. As a matter of fact, she looked annoyed. Like she didn't even want to be there. She was just sitting there like with her hand on her chin like, oh yeah, you beating up my son, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You beating up my son. That's what she was doing. Not like Zach Gowen mom jumped over the motherfucking barricade, all that shit. She's like, leave my baby alone. Nah, it's fucking facts, Marcus. It's facts. The fuck out of here. After all that shit, this is why I'm bashing Cody. After all that shit, got your ass whooped in front of your mom's, all that shit. You come out and shake this motherfucker's hand? That's what happened last night, remember? This is why I don't fucking watch Raw. Because it's fucking stupid. This is like with the shit with Kofi Kingston, this motherfucker, Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, whoever, all them niggas threatened this dude family. And he started twerking and throwing pancakes right after that. Why would I fucking sit here and fucking have respect for Cody for doing basically the same shit? This dude whipped your ass in front of your moms. The very next week you come out and shake this man's hand. I don't give a fuck what he did after that. And that makes him even more of a fucking pussy. Because you shake this dude's hand and then this dude, Brock, left the ring. Matter of fact, before he left the ring, he fucking shoulder checked you like, hold that. Pushed you out the motherfucker way. Then walked out the damn ring. And then that's when you want to jump out the ring, do a La Plancha, and man, look. Let's say you, B. Appreciate y'all pulling up, B. The fuck yo. Cody Rhodes looked like such a fucking pussy last night. Pussy! Imagine you get your ass whooped in front of your fucking moms. Any one of y'all. Male, female, cat, dog, whoever. You got your ass whooped in front of your moms. And then the next time you see that man, you're going to shake his hand? I'm going to drop the link, though. Let's get it. That was horrible booking for this dude, Cody. Horrible. I don't give a fuck who it was. Cody, Vince, this dude, fucking Kevin Dunn, Michael. That shit for Cody needs to get fired expeditiously. Hit that fucking like button though. Like, come on, B. Hit that like button. Stop playing. Got 8 people in the building. It should be 8 likes because all I stated was facts. Let's get it. We're gonna talk tonight. We're gonna cook. The fuck? Got my dude Black Star gonna pull up. He got something to get off his chest. Toph want to get something off his chest also. It's gonna be an interesting show. And then not only that, hold on. Back up the brakes before I open up the floodgates. Why the fuck All In don't even have a damn match yet? And I think that's some bullshit on Tony Khan's behalf. It's like, come on, don't do that, my dude. And that this goes to every single promoter. You can't just be on that type of time where, the name is just gonna sell itself. You can't always go by that. It's not right. You got the money, now you want to run, and then when it gets close to the actual date of the event, you just want to just bring up matches and possibly do the bare minimum. Brock wasted no time whipping Zach Gowen's ass. That was the greatest ass whooping of all time. Right in front of his moms. And Zach Gowen's mom sold that shit like a champ. She jumped over the guardrail, all that shit. This Cody Rhodes' mom looked like she didn't even fucking care. She was more bored than even caring. What's good, Dynasty? For real, they should have played the docu before. That's so the average person at least know who Cody's mom is. Well, they did say that shit on the show. They did say that on that Raw. They said that that was his mom's. Like I never see. That's the first time I seen his mom. So that's how I figured it out. They announced it. Ballet dancer said, "I would have been jumped over the barrier." Yeah, exactly. She looked annoyed. She looked like she just wanted to take a nap. Sammy, don't get there. Come on. Are we gonna always blame Vince for everything bad and say, "Oh, it's Triple H"? God, this narrative needs to stop. The man literally had spinal surgery. It's not a joke. I didn't blame Vince for anything, Marcus. You gotta listen, Marcus. I didn't blame Vince for that. I said Cody's a pussy. Hold on, give me a second. All right, thanks for the cash app there. Let me post the cash app too. Thanks for the cash app. You, oh shit, you got this dude, Bobby Lashley with the ECW strap.
Yeah, I say I would update my picture on
Yeah, like before you say anything, hold on. Before you say anything, I didn't bash Vince for that. This dude being straight up.
I wasn't talking about you. Talking about I still hear the narrative everywhere else. So.
All right, what's up? Thanks for pulling up though. Let me bring TKO up. Go ahead though. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Who?
TKO was goody.
What up, y'all? Jesus Christ. Man, Jesus Christ, man. I don't know what the hell is going on in wrestling. I mean, we got fucking Baron Corbin being reinvented again. His new gimmick is called Burn the Ships. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Burn the ships. I guess he's been playing
Yeah.
a lot of Assassin's Creed lately.
Bro, he's got an Assassin's Creed type theme song, and he's got a cane, and he's got the same ring gear Kane has from 2004. Like, I don't get it.
He burnt his he burnt his old gimmick. It was a segment that he was behind. I
Hold on,
think he was.
Marcus. You sound a little grainy.
Hold on, let me turn off these earphones.
So between Baron Corbin being reinvented again to this lackluster SummerSlam build, I don't know what to make of anything.
Yeah, that's what I was saying from before. Like, not only SummerSlam, when it comes to All In, it's like
They don't
these
have one
promotions.
match.
These promotions is just they getting lazy because the name sells, and it shouldn't be like that. It should never be like that because the name sells. Yeah, but don't you think if you actually add intrigue plus matches, it'll be even better. You even make more money hand over fist.
I agree. Like we don't even have a card. All Out doesn't even have a card, and SummerSlam they have a card, but the build up to it has been terrible. Like matches on there that have weak builds. Some matches we don't understand why are even happening, and some matches that do have the most build are not even booked on the show. Like I don't get it.
How is that accurate when the Ronda and Shayna's build been decent, the bloodline stuff been decent. Um it's been a few good builds. You can't say everything was bad, and the the matches they pulled off was like two of the women's matches because it would have been they already got like 8 matches already. If we would have added 4 women's matches, the match card would have been like 11 to 12 matches.
You may have a point.
Fair,
Marcus may have a point. They are, but
fair
you know
enough.
what
I
it
mean,
is. You know what it is. Marcus does make a good point. Maybe they're building feuds too slow because wrestling nowadays is very fast paced.
not
Yeah,
only
yeah,
that, but
yeah.
not only that, but fans want everything rushed, like right
That's
now.
why I
They don't
was
like.
saying that was that's I agree. I was saying that on Instagram post last week. I was saying quick gratification for everything is not where to go because soon these wrestling promotions rush things, then they gonna be saying, "Oh, this person ain't ready. Oh, that sucks. This sucks." Now they doing slow builds. Now it's still a problem. Make up y'all mind.
Yeah, for real. I
And
hate that.
and on some real shit, we really gotta really think about that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I fall victim to it also. Sometimes you just what I mean, you can see the potential of a certain superstar or whatever. And you're like, nah, they should get that push right now. Why are you waiting? Just get that push right now. Maybe we're not seeing what they are seeing when it comes to the bookers. Like for instance, like with this dude on Ricochet with that segment with Logan Paul last night, right? Like, all right, the mic work is getting better. He's not there yet, but it's getting better. The mic work, it's getting a little better.
You talk
But
about Ricochet?
yeah, Ricochet and Logan Paul, yeah. But
Yeah,
when it came to like their transaction in the ring, like when they fight, when they have their fighting sequence, whatever, they are very, very sloppy. They don't mesh well together at all. They don't. Like if you really see that shit on Monday Night Raw, they like especially like with Ricochet. Remember when this dude did that spot last night, Ricochet, when he hopped out the ropes and he landed on the apron and almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that yeah.
Right? Yeah, like they don't really mesh well together. And I hope they get it together by SummerSlam because it's looking like we will be having a watch party this Saturday. So make sure you pull up.
Hey, that's gonna be an opening match, by the way. Because Logan he gotta catch his brother's fight, so he like
They,
just which I applaud him for.
I think that's a good idea, to be honest with you. Get that as the first match. And the premise of this match is based on the fact that they both did some crazy stunts. The Royal Rumble spot, that Money in the Bank table spot that almost crippled both guys. That's literally what this match is built off of.
Well, we all said that match should happen before the table spot because
I
remember they
mean,
teased it for the whole Royal Rumble spot. Remember in the Royal Rumble when they did that midair collision?
yeah.
Did y'all say y'all wanted that match at WrestleMania?
I don't know who said that, but I didn't.
I
I
know
probably did.
somebody
I
said.
won't be surprised if I did.
But y'all notice something? Another nugget. WWE loves to get hints in all their shows and stuff. Like when the person gets the upper hand before a pay per view, they lose. And who got the upper hand against Ricochet and Paul? Logan Paul. So he's losing Saturday.
I'm sure he will, but and back to what you said. Wait, what the hell
That's this dude.
is that?
Anderson.
That's
Anderson.
Anderson, all right. Oh my god.
Yeah, man, this was me after watching NXT today. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
god.
Oh lord. You
But
don't
hold on
understand it either,
before
right?
you go before you do your rant. This dude Black Star wanted to do his rant. I see you, Black Star.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let y'all cook.
What happened?
yeah, he got something to say.
So who wants to go first?
You
Go ahead,
Uh,
go
go
ahead,
for
buddy.
it, man.
Well, all right. Um, like about like all these things. First things first. I don't get the SummerSlam build like at all because you want Cody Rhodes to be like this conquering hero, correct? That's what everybody wants, or that's what.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Whoa!
That's what the thing was. Okay, then why isn't this build between him and Brock Lesnar? Why isn't this leading up to any type of stipulation match?
Honestly, I was telling you last night. Maybe WWE wants Cody to get a clean win with no reason for Brock to say, "Oh, you only beat me because it was a stipulation."
But he
He
already
already
got the clean
technically
win.
he already got the clean win at
Yeah,
Backlash.
he already got
It
it.
may
No,
have
it's kind of weak. It was kind of scary. It's like he barely scraped by, like he just
It's
escaped
still
the.
a clean win though. It's still a
it's
clean
still a
win.
clean win though. Even it may have been by it may have been like a somewhat of a fluke or a squeaking by type of win, but it was still clean.
But hold on, let Black Saw keep going. Go ahead, Black Saw.
Okay, then match one, you made Brock bleed. That was match one, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Brock bleeds. Match two, Brock beats the shit out of you, makes you pass out. So match three should be something that is even on both sides. So there's no get out. There's no way out, basically. That's what match three is, correct?
For
Normally,
SummerSlam,
I think I know what you're saying. You think match 3 should be some type of like no DQ stipulation so that it
Yeah.
would be a definitive winner.
Yeah, a definitive win, a definitive winner, a definitive loser.
I'm letting you get in this. I'm letting you get what you got to get off your chest, my dude. Like
A plain one-on-one match doesn't scream definitive winner, definitive loser. It just screams bullshit coming from a mile away.
Well, you got to remember, you're talking about a feud that we still don't know the reason as to why it's even happening.
right.
Sure. Then this whole Jade Cargill thing. I know it's bullshit. I just know.
I
know
won't
it.
be surprised either. I won't be surprised.
Come on, I don't think it is because I don't think it is because why is there haven't never been a black talent over there as main eventers? Every black person at AEW is a joke and treat like a joke or losers.
Okay, then Marcus, let me ask you a question. Name one AEW storyline that wasn't bullshit.
Name one.
That didn't end up in bullshit. They didn't end up with them staying, them kissing Tony Khan's ass, and them signing a massive, and I mean a fucking massive contract.
I don't think that. I don't think it ever happened. I don't believe.
When Cody left in silence.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cody also left because I know it. He had to leave because also his wife was getting racist chants towards her and stuff. That had to be another reason why he left. Besides
She
him,
did a racist chant towards herself. She said, "I'm a black bitch." Remember that?
yeah.
When Cody left in silence. There was no animosity on both ends. It wasn't until the documentary came out that we finally.
Yeah, I still got to see that too. I still got to see that documentary.
You should see what Triple H said. Oh my God.
We know I'm not mad at what Triple H said because it was predictable. He's been saying that shit for how long now? Are you really surprised? Come on now.
No, but
that's the petty Vince McMahon son-in-law.
Triple H got his balls cut off 4 years ago, so I don't really give a shit what he's got to say.
4 years ago. What? How about 14 years ago?
No, they honestly don't see AEW as a threat because if they did,
blah, blah, blah. We've already heard the same bullshit for the past 20 years.
Man,
we don't see WCW as a threat.
We
don't see TNA as a threat. We don't see AEW as a threat. Then another 10 years from now, we don't see new companies. Shut the fuck up. WWE sees everything as a threat.
They not a threat. Come on
out
now.
your ass and
it was
up.
obvious.
It's the same shit they've been doing They've been doing this shit since 1992.
It was
they not a threat.
They do anything they can to cock block them. Right.
They just not a
Just
threat
like they
because
didn't
they ain't
see WCW
actually
as a
trying.
threat. Just like they didn't see ECW as a threat. Just like they didn't see Ring of Honor as a threat. Oh
no, they really didn't see Toph, they really didn't see ECW as a threat.
Oh, really? So I guess Triple H decided to turn NXT into Ring of Honor on
No. I said they didn't see ECW as a threat. They
didn't see ECW as a threat. I guess
they seen WCW as a threat. Why you think they was actually trying?
All WWE does is steal ideas from other companies. That's all they've ever done.
AEW steal ideas from everywhere. You can't play one side. You got to be honest.
The Attitude Era wouldn't even exist if there wasn't an ECW. Don't give me any of that bullshit tonight. I'm not in the mood.
I'm not. I'm kind of not either because you can't keep sugarcoating for everything. Hey, call them out on Call
Don't
them
talk
out
to
on
me
their
about
stuff.
sugarcoating. Triple H was dead ass on camera for 4 to 5 years talking about NXT is a third brand. NXT is the main roster. And then he sits there like a fucking bitch and says, "Oh, big fucking deal. You beat our developmental." Triple H can kiss my motherfucking black ass. Fuck him.
Oh man.
Sheesh.
But you gotta. If you want wrestling to survive and stuff, you gotta call everything honestly.
I
You
will
can't.
call
can't
everything. I will call everything. And the reality is, everybody takes L's. All of us take L's at some point. Real people take L's. Celebrity takes L's. Sports teams take L's. And wrestling takes L's. No company is perfect.
but
TNA
but
all the time. NXT had a good thing going. It was a 1 hour show. They had
it
their
wasn't that good
takeovers.
because
They were the
it wasn't.
talk of the town. Wait, let me finish. NXT was the talk of the town in the mid to late 2010s. They had a really good thing going. And you know what they say? If it's not broke, don't fix it. And
It
what did they
wasn't.
do? They fucked it up. They went 2
And that's
hours. They put it on USA
yeah,
Network, and they got their ass handed to them. It
and
happens.
that's
Just like
and that's
TNA had a good thing going in
yeah.
2008 and 2009, and then Dixie Carter, the dumb fucking bitch that she is, hired Hulk Hogan, hired Eric Bischoff, and they took TNA to Mondays. And what happened? TNA got their ass kicked by WWE, and TNA was never the same. It happens. Every
You can't.
company makes mistakes.
But you got. But you got. You can't just play one side of ball and stuff.
I'm
But
not playing one side. I'm simply
I
saying
was
that Triple H fucked up. He
I
fucked
was
up
Hold,
I
hold
NXT.
on,
was
hold on,
okay.
hold on. So you gotta let him get a word in. You gotta let him
Yeah,
get it.
I was about to say, NXT Black and Gold. It wasn't averaging 1 million viewers. Be honest, the max views they was getting was 8 to 900 million. So it can't be sitting there. Everybody can't say,
It was
oh,
never
it was
meant to
two
be on TV,
million or
bro.
something.
Hold on, Tove. Let him. I let you cook. I let you
You're
cook,
not
Tove.
wrong.
But you gotta
Let
be
him off the
honest.
cook.
Yeah, but you gotta be honest with this. NSC, yeah, was good and stuff, but it wasn't. It was getting the same ratings as say Dynamite gets because all the hardcore fans and what I say is not a lot of hardcore fans and stuff. It's not. If it was a lot of hardcore fans, why the ratings not showing it? Why the arenas be not be filled up on a weekly basis and stuff. You gotta come.
You also got to
I've
factor
been
this in
I've
NXT should
been
too.
never have
watching.
been on TV to begin with, bro.
I've
NXT
been
should
You
watching.
never have been
also,
on TV. It was perfect on the network or Peacock or whatever. That was
It
the
you
first
wasn't
also got
shine.
to
perfect
factor
because it
this
was
in
getting
too,
eight
guys.
hundred, 900 viewers.
When you're
NXT
on a
might have been
network,
great
when
to.
you're on a streaming service, the views don't matter. That's the point. It was perfect. 1 hour was a great format for Black and Gold.
I just
NXT.
feel like it'd be NXT. That people can't get the NXT Black and Gold out they mouths and stuff. It's over. It's
Because
over.
it was
Gotta
good.
move on.
That's why.
You got to factor.
Can I ask you a question, Toph?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
All right. So like let's just say we're all living in a vacuum, right? Let's just say that Black and Gold stayed as is, that 1 hour show on the network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that eventually it would have went to 2 hours on the network? Just in a vacuum.
I think at some point they were going to transition to TV, and that's okay because you have to grow your brand. But they rushed it to cock block Dynamite, and it fucked them over. That's all. And a lot of the apologists at that time didn't want to admit that. And
And you
Sandman
know
knows
what?
what I'm talking about because I'm pretty sure they were going to
Don't get
transition.
me
To
involved. That's between y'all. I know my
No.
facts.
I'm saying you've talked about it before. I'm sure they were gonna move to USA and try to get more of a TV presence. That was because they were already practicing, but they rushed the whole thing. They rushed it just so they could cock block Dynamite, and by
But do
doing
you
so,
think-
they made the
do you
fans
think-
choose.
Well, hold on, Black Saw. Dynasty wanted to add his comment. Here's the real thing: NXT before the AEW war was selling out takeovers. Aren't they done at the PC now? Outside of like 3 a year.
Yeah, they're TNA now. That's how TNA was. TNA used to always be at the Impact Zone, and
If
then every
A-
now and then they would leave and film a pay-per-view somewhere
If
else.
A-
And that was
if
another
A-
thing too.
Marcus,
about to say-
hold on, Marcus, hold on.
My bad. My bad.
No,
Now you
I'm
good,
saying-
my dude.
yeah,
Hold
I'm
on,
saying
hold on.
they're-
After you go, Toph, I want TKO to because TKO wanted to say something also.
Yeah, I'm basically saying NXT now, at this exact moment, is basically TNA, because that's what TNA was doing back in the day when I was a hardcore TNA fan. First, they were in the Asylum, remember? Then they moved to the Impact Zone, right? Florida is a good tourist state. A lot of fans go there.
Yo, wait, hold
Now
on.
that they're
What?
in the-
Stop. Wait, hold on. Wait. It sounds like somebody got grasshoppers as a co-host.
Wait,
What
Huh?
the hell?
What?
In the hell?
Grasshoppers.
You don't hear that shit? Like that shit sounded crazy.
I don't hear nothing.
No, it's fine over here.
I could hear it though.
You can hear that shit, right? I hear it.
Oh my god.
It shit sound like a motherfucking grasshoppers having lunch right next to one of y'all motherfuckers.
Let me see.
It sounds like somebody's biting something.
Mm.
No, you know what it is? I'm sitting in the creaking chair and stuff.
Oh,
Why you always be having some sound deficiencies over where you at, Marcus? Damn. You killing me, Smalls.
You can't. Well, I'm sitting in the chair. You can't get mad at me for sitting in the chair.
Yes, I can. Stand up, goddammit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't.
Word, it's on the insects rubbing their legs.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, I can't with you. Just
Yeah,
said
man, you won the
like
week.
insects rubbing their legs.
You won today.
Weak.
You just won Tuesday, Sandman.
Yo, Tuesday, B. Hey, I'm glad you guys pulled up. You know what I'm saying? It's it's a crazy ass work week in the middle of the work week. And remember, we still got tomorrow, the 200th episode of AEW Dynamite. We got Friday show, and it's looking like we got SummerSlam watch party. So it's
I
gonna
am
be a
razor
busy
close
week
and
for
not giving a
us.
shit. Who saw the fight on Saturday?
Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Remember, we was here.
I gotta mute real quick, so.
Look, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
All right, go
This
ahead.
dude Marcus was checking up on you. Marcus was like, hit up this dude Black Star, man. Black Star was supposed to pull up.
Yeah, like I was watching the fight.
Look at that. I told you, Marcus.
My brother's place.
Marcus is worried about you, B.
No, like I texted him. I said, like, "Yo, I'm watching a fight. Like I'm not watching Collision."
That's all good, though. So, we went to a fight party, a bar.
Yeah, like at my brother's place.
That's what's up. I heard this dude got washed up.
Oh yeah, Spence. Remember that ass kicking that
Rockman.
No, that Rocky's friend got in Rocky 4.
Oh, Apollo.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was that.
I heard they was comparing that shit to when Martin fought Thomas the Hitman Hearns.
No. Like it was an Apollo versus Drago type ass woman. And all of a sudden you just hear Trina say, "Throw the damn towel! Throw the damn towel!"
Yo, speaking of movies, right? I know you guys seen the secondary topic that I had, basically a subtopic, which is an interesting conversation because I ain't gonna lie, I've been trying to like basically fuse more movie topics within our discussion. You know, bring a broader audience. I wanted to know, like, maybe you guys could answer this question.
All right.
What remakes was better than the original when it comes to movie?
Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1.
But I don't think that's not a remake. That's a sequel.
Oh, remakes. Okay.
Yeah, like
I don't know of any remakes better than the original as far as movies are concerned. Video games, then that's a different conversation. But movies, no.
all right. So let's bring that into equation. We can bring that into the equation also. Video games too, because we all gamers. I know we all play games. We all play video games.
Yeah.
Mortal
So
Kombat
most
9 was something else.
Most remake movies are like worse. So
I got one.
I
Like
can't
I
think
know
of
this
one.
way before you guys' time. This is even before my time also. The remake of Scarface is better than the original.
True.
When was that remade?
I think it was like in the 60s.
Jesus.
Oh, I've never even seen
I
that.
could be wrong. But it's old. Like we all know about the Al Pacino one. That was like what in the
Yeah.
late 70s.
No, I think
Yeah.
that was like the mid 80s, right?
Was it the mid 80s? Okay.
Let me check.
Yeah,
I
let's
thought it was
fact check
before
that.
Okay.
Got a new cell phone set.
I mean, I was gonna say the only one I could really think of was the new Mortal Kombat movie, and it was all
That
right.
one
I still
sucked ass.
preferred it.
I actually
1983.
liked it.
Well,
Yeah,
well, the
a lot of
first
people didn't like it, but I actually liked that new Mortal Kombat
I-
shit. They had the fatalities and all that shit.
I gave it 2 knocks. The
Same,
first
man.
knock.
It was
Hold on. Give him Toph a second, then you go right
My bad,
after.
Joe. My bad. Go ahead.
It's all right. I actually did a review for it when it came out. It wasn't
Oh,
bad.
word?
Yeah, I gave the movie 2 knocks. Like it was all right, but it has two knocks for me. The first one, the advertising for the movie was hella misleading, because that was like when COVID was still pretty bad, so there wasn't really much to do. I was
Right.
excited for the 2. The marketing for that movie, like Sub-Zero and Scorpion were like all over the marketing, but they were barely featured. They were like in the opening act and like the ending act, and they were just gone for the rest of the movie. So that I didn't like that. That was misleading
Ooh,
marketing.
in the new Mortal
And then,
Kombat?
really, yeah.
Nah, you
Yeah, the new
bugging.
one. Yeah.
Well, when it comes to Scorpion, maybe he wasn't in a movie like that. But this dude Sub-Zero was like the fucking Terminator in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, well, Scorpion
Sub-Zero
barely
was
featured,
fucking
though.
wilding on everybody in that shit.
Sub-Zero was
second
like one of the
criticism-
base characters
Hold
in the
on.
whole
Let TKO go. Go ahead, TKO. And
Well, I didn't say
I remember
it's
you,
just-
Black Star. Let TKO go, then I'm gonna let Black Star go. Hold on,
Wait,
so
I didn't have the second one. I said I had two knocks. That was the first knock. The second knock was the tournament never actually happened, but the movie was called Mortal Kombat. So really, the movie in general was just misleading. But I
well,
wouldn't call
hold
it a
on.
bad
I got you
movie.
right there. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That wasn't the tournament. Wasn't second place either. That happened after the tournament.
Well, that's why they put Annihilation in the movie, so you knew it wasn't about the tournament.
Mortal Kombat is gonna be Mortal Kombat at the end of the day. Anybody can
but
get
the
it anytime.
The tournament was never advertised, even though that movie was shit. The tournament itself was never advertised for the movie. The tournament was advertised for the remake, and it wasn't there. So that is a knock on the movie. Still, I prefer the first one, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't. It wasn't like great either.
The
It wasn't
first one
bad.
was
It
so
wasn't shit.
fucking hokey.
It worked though. It still holds up to this day. It's one of the, and there's not that many. It's one of the better video game movies.
Mortal Kombat. TKO, what you gonna say now?
Nah, I was just gonna agree with you on that because to me, Sub-Zero was like one of the main parts of the whole Mortal Kombat franchise. So I'm like, and to barely feature him, now you insulted me right now.
Hold on, stop. Did you watch the remake of Mortal Kombat? You couldn't have. You couldn't have. I'm telling you, this dude Sub-Zero was like the Terminator in that shit. He was just like It was just one. It was just one part, right? This dude, the generic character of the show, and his family, they went to go have some ice cream or whatever at some whatever they was eating outside, so to speak, right? During the nighttime, this dude Sub-Zero, right? Before he even came into picture, he just had like motherfucking ice spikes coming down like hell while he was eating like ice cream and all that shit. They're like, what the fuck is going on? They didn't know Sub-Zero was coming through. They just seen them from mad deep out of nowhere, like, oh shit, while the fucking all the ice is falling down like hell, chopping everybody up around him. Y'all bugging what, yo? This dude Sub-Zero was like he was wilding in that shit. Y'all didn't see Mortal Kombat.
Did
It
y'all
wasn't
watch?
right. It wasn't like that, bro.
Do you guys watch the anime?
Yes, it was. What are you talking about? You don't remember this shit with this
Bruh.
dude?
I watched it
Sub-Zero
twice. I
came
did a review on it.
Okay, one,
Well,
two,
you
one,
don't
two.
remember the? Well, hold on. You don't remember when this dude Sub-Zero came through when they was having they was eating the ice cream in front of that damn
Bro, man,
store, whatever it was.
the shit from the first movie where he turned the fucking random bodyguard into ice and his head rolled. That was more badass than anything in that movie. But it wasn't bad.
Oh my god!
It wasn't bad. No.
Yo,
The best part, the
I
best
can't
part of
stand
the remake.
YouTube.
The best part
I
of the
could show
remake
this
was
shit
the
right
first
now.
10
If
minutes.
I could show this shit right now on YouTube without getting struck,
No, bro. The best part of the new movie was the first 10 minutes when they showed the flashback of how Scorpion became Scorpion and Sub-Zero came.
yeah,
to
that
like,
was hot.
start
Nah,
his
that
whole
was hot.
family.
Yeah,
That was great. That was great. They
Yeah,
had me
yeah,
there,
that
and
was
then
hot.
basically it was like Jinder Mahal, great entrance, but then the rest of the shit was just like mid, you know.
Ooh, shit.
So
Hey, can y'all hear me? I had to mute
Yeah,
for
we
a
can hear
minute.
you. We can hear you.
yeah, we
Okay.
got you. We got you.
You good, Marcus?
Yeah.
You good? But like the
1930s. My bad. Okay, so Ballet Dancer said the original Scarface
Damn, it's got
came
old.
out in 1930. Yeah,
yeah,
Damn.
the Al
thanks a lot,
Pacino,
Ballet Dancer.
the Al Pacino remake was
Yeah,
1983.
So what y'all talking about?
Well,
We're talking about movie remakes that were better than the original movie remakes.
yeah.
The Longest
But
Yard
if
was
we can switch the gears. We can switch the gears back to wrestling too. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wanted to bring that up. That's part of the topics of tonight.
So we could talk about basically anything about entertainment.
Well, if it's trending, I guess. Well, you got some news. Oh, as a matter of fact, speaking of that, I never watched Euphoria from before, but I heard about the dude that had passed.
yeah, that's fucked up.
Agnes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 25.
Like I didn't know about him. You know, I heard he passed at a young age. So
He's 25, dude. That's fucked
yeah.
up.
Y'all hear about Did y'all hear about Pee Wee Herman too?
Well, yeah, you ain't sub to the channel.
He did. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman. He did
I'm subbed to the
that
channel.
too.
I was just, I all day there was no news.
So why would you ask that? You know I posted that. I think you lying to me.
I still
No, I'm
got Pee Wee's.
subscribed. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't on YouTube all day.
Okay.
The Mortal Kombat video game, like the new one, Mortal Kombat 1, that game looks like it kicks so much ass.
Hey, is y'all gonna get that game?
The one coming out?
Yeah, the remake coming out, yeah.
Is y'all gonna get that game that y'all gonna play like I think y'all gonna play as Snoop Dogg and Nicki Minaj in the game? It's a shooting game. It's a shooting game where it got
talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. They got all the motherfuckers. They got Nicki Minaj. They got you ever seen The Boys? Pause.
I've heard of
Don't
it.
they
I've heard
have
good things.
The Boys is
have
really good though. Like the shit Homelander and them.
Like I was watching this channel and this dude just went on KD. I was like, oh, the hairline too. I was like, oh, that's fucked up.
Who's KD? Who's that?
Kevin Durant.
What?
Oh.
You ever hear about the nickname KD?
There's a lot of motherfuckers named KD, but I have to be more specific.
What about MJ? You, you better know MJ by his initials.
I
Yeah.
always just
So
call him
that
MJ
is
Jordan. I always just called him Jordan, but yeah, those are iconic
yeah,
initials.
everybody call him MJ too, though.
That Kevin Durant takedown was the most epic shit I've ever seen in my life.
Appreciate that, ballet.
All right. So I told Sandman earlier that I was watching NXT, and it all just sort of like
Do
happened
what you do.
Which version?
So it all just the takeover first of all.
Okay.
It all happened on a whim, and so I decided to watch one episode of NXT. So I remember one of y'all said NXT had a premium live event last week.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
check that.
Saturday. It was Saturday. It was actually incredible.
Right.
The pay-per-views be better than the pay-per-views be better than the weekly shows. Like, what is it? Like, how you gonna have a good pay-per-view and a mid to all right show?
Right. So I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was busy on Sunday, but I was going through my timeline on a Monday morning, and I saw that Gable Stevenson was trending, and not in a good way. Now I've mentioned him a few times, and we haven't really gone into depth about it. But
They
to
both
those that
fucking suck.
don't know, because there's some people out there who don't live on the internet, Gable Stevenson has a sexual assault charge against him, and why WWE decided to get in business with a guy like that, I don't know. It was in 2019. You can Wikipedia it. So anyway, I was reading reviews that his match was not received that well. At first, I thought it was like an exaggeration. Like, it can't be that bad. So I went on Peacock to check out the match. It was 6 minutes. The first thing I want to say is when he came out, he had like the same kind of energy that Ronda Rousey had when she came back at the Royal Rumble. Like the one where Sandman and I, we did the show live where Ronda looked like she wanted to be anywhere but there. It's like, dude, at least pretend to give a shit. Like you just won the Royal Rumble, be happy. So it's like, all right, this is his first ever WWE match ever. He comes out, he's not smiling, he's not looking angry or like intense. He just kind of has like a stoic look on his face. It's like, dude, this is your first like WWE match.
You
like,
don't give a fuck. You know why? Because he's not hungry.
Clearly, he wasn't. Clearly, so he got in the ring, was very stoic, and they were cheering for Baron Corbin, which I've never in my life heard a Baron Corbin chant before. And I kind of felt sorry for Baron Corbin because you could see. I'll give Corbin this. I'll give him his flowers. He held it together. You could see that he was thrown off because like they were brawling outside. Then he threw Stevenson back in the ring. So he was doing heel shit. And then when he got back in the ring, the crowd's chanting, Baron Corbin, clap, clap. And there was like this moment where he was going to kick him. And then Corbin just kind of hesitated and looked at the crowd like, wow, they're actually cheering me. So I could see he actually enjoyed it. I could see because he's not used to that, right? Corbin's probably not used to being cheered at all. He's actually getting reactions. But it sucks, right? But it sucks because he's the heel. I'm not even trying to be a dick. So
that was a good joke.
He's the heel. So because he's
like, oh my god, this is actually working.
Right. But like it sucks because he's the heel, so he's got to stay in character. But I could tell he
was you're not lying though, my dude.
A part of him really wanted to just like embrace it, but he's like, but this is Gable Stevenson's first match, Olympic gold medalist. So if he does anything that he's not told, then his ass is grass. He's gonna get fired on the spot. So it's like, damn, that sucks for him. But he stayed in character. I think where he really fucked himself over was he tried to put Corbin in the ankle lock, and the comparisons to Kurt Angle don't do any good. So when he put him in the ankle lock, I think that's when the fans were just like, you know what, fuck this dude. So they started chanting, "You're not Angle, and I was like, damn, like I was like, where are these guys? I was like, oh, they're in Texas, okay. So then the finish went to a count out, and there is no fucking way that a count out was written. I refuse to believe that they had written down count out as the finish.
Right.
I bet what happened was Sean or Triple H or whoever the hell was in charge of the show saw the match was not being received well, probably told the referee, hey, yo, man, just go for a count out. And they went to a count
The
out.
audible.
They had to have called an audible. No way. The post match was better than the actual match, where he kind of like suplexed Corbin through the barricade. So in ring, I've seen worse. Stevenson was not bad. I've seen worse, but I think it's a combination of the sexual allegations, because that's a pretty serious thing. Like seriously,
Yeah, exactly.
All sarcasm aside, I didn't know, and I guess a lot of fans really didn't know, but it was trending that day.
Well, hold on. Let's slow down with that. Like, what is the actual allegation? And I'm not trying to cape for him or nothing like that, but what is the actual?
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, like, because you know what I mean. Maybe we can be surgical.
Now, but to be
fair, go ahead, Black Star. Go ahead.
To be fair to everybody involved, I think that they were mocking Corbin. Seriously. When I first heard them like Baron Corbin, I was like, they're trying to take over the match. They're mocking him. They're not cheering for him.
Man, should we as fans stop comparing the new school wrestlers to old school wrestlers and Hall of Famers, because that could kill them too.
No, Marcus, you make a great point, but we just can't help it. That goes with all genres of everything in this world. We always gonna, like, when it comes to up and coming talent, they're always gonna remind us of somebody of our yesteryears.
One thing is crystal fucking clear.
This is what his Wikipedia says. It's very short. It's just one short paragraph. Stevenson's sophomore season was interrupted in June 2019 when he was arrested along with a teammate on suspicion of criminal sexual conduct. Both were released without charges shortly after due to inadequate evidence. However, the University of Minnesota did not lift its suspensions of the two until 6 months later in December after the investigation. The case is still pending to this very day.
Okay, I got another question. What are the females' ethnicity?
I don't know. I'm assuming white because it says Minnesota. I'm not trying to be racist. There's not that many black folks up there.
No, there isn't.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's a white girl.
I'm guessing WWE is not gonna do nothing until the actual results come in. If they find out he's guilty, they go do what they did to Velveteen Dream, kick him out.
One thing is crystal clear about what happened on Sunday. Damon Kemp, Gable Stevenson's brother, is light years ahead of him. That is crystal clear now. Because you look at Damon Kemp actually wants to be there. He actually likes what he's doing.
You said Damon Kemp? Who's Damon Kemp? Who's that?
Gable Stevenson's brother.
Where was he?
He was part of that Roderick Strong group in NXT.
Oh, what was the Diamond Man?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
I think it's a combination of stuff. And again, like, I'm not too familiar with the gentleman, but just based off of just what I saw, he's not bad. I'm referring to Gable Stevenson also, just a quick confusion. Okay. What I saw in the ring was not bad. I've seen far worse. But as far as like why the fans react to that way, I think it's a combination of stuff. Number one, most importantly, the sexual allegations. I'm very surprised WWE even hired him to begin with without that being clear. That was kind of risky on their part. Number two, it seems as if this guy wants to have his cake but eat his pie too, because his mind is all over the place. Because I know he said in interviews that he wants to go back to school, but he also said he wants to, compete in the next Olympics. But it's like, but WWE is building you, to be a future superstar, which requires time being put in. So it's like you can't do all this stuff at once. You got to pick one. Either go to school and finish your education, go back to the Olympics while you're still young in your youth, because as you get older, it's going to get harder. Or put all that aside, pick WWE and see how far you can go. I think him playing all three sides rubs a lot of fans the wrong way, because you know how fans are. Fans like it when you go all in. When you go all in, and when you decide to become a professional wrestler or like a sports entertainer and you put the work in, fans can see that and they respect you more. But when your mind is all over the place and you're not really committed, fans can see through it too, which goes back to what I was saying when he came out for his match. He didn't look happy or excited. You're supposed to look pumped, so he just came out there like it was just another day. And I don't know, man. I don't think that helped him. I think the last thing, though, is like you just said, Sam, man, the comparisons to Kurt Angle. It's like that other dude, the white guy, the one that
The
Paul
Brock
Heyman
Lesnar dude. The Brock Lesnar
that was career suicide. Why would Paul Heyman do that? Why would you say this guy is the next Brock? Don't ever say something like that. Don't say this guy is the next Steve Austin.
Wasn't it Parker Boudreaux, Parker Bordeaux?
Yeah. Stuff like that is just career suicide. Like you're just.
And what happened to him ever since? He's not even on AEW either.
He's not on AEW. I think he he's out with an injury, I think.
Speaking of Paul Heyman,
his contract expired and he just didn't resign.
You know what he needs to do? You know what that dude Parker Bordeaux or Boudreaux, whatever his name is, Ucho, needs to do? He needs to go to Impact.
Hey, do y'all think?
Go to Impact and tear shit apart.
Do y'all think? I was saying, do y'all think? What's her name? Eva Marie killed this career too, because how he was doing pictures on Instagram with her, and she's hated.
Not really.
Eva Marie, no.
Eva Marie is hated.
Eva Marie is hated because Eva Marie. That's why she can't wrestle, and
as long as she's not in the wrestling ring, who cares?
The problem with Eva Marie was she was just there during the wrong era. There's nothing wrong being a diva. But
in the diva era, she would have killed.
Right.
She should have been just been either a valet or a manager. Just be there just to look at. That's it.
The problem with her was that Vince McMahon made the term diva a dirty word. And ever since then, when they've gotten rid of the term diva, they want to portray their girls as wrestlers. But it's like it's okay. Like you can have girls that can wrestle, but it's okay. You can still have girls be managers and valets and do other stuff.
I have one serious question here. How do you fuck up a sliced bread?
I don't know.
You acting like that's an easy move. You acting like sliced bread is a body slam or something.
No, but you're taking all the punishment.
Hey, so Toph, you said you checked out the snippets of that NXT pay-per-view. Did you see the performance that the women was giving on that show? Like the Tiffany Stratton match and the what's her name, Roxy versus Blair Davenport match. These women
what's her name? Black or Blood Davenport? What was it? Black or Blood?
Blair.
Blair.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot about that Blair Davenport bitch.
By the way, I was about to say. By the way, do anybody think Blair Davenport looked like a mixture of Tony Storm and Saraya?
Not at all.
Well, she does come from the same area. I mean, they all came up together,
But
I never seen her before. I'm about to look her up right now. Hold on, let me see.
To answer your question, Paul Heyman basically ran through every single manager. He said that he was glad that Bobby Heenan's dead, and then he said that Jim Hart's still alive. That means God.
Who said that? What? Wait, hold on. Wait,
Paul Heyman. He said that on ESPN. He said
wait. Slow down. Wait, hold on. What happened?
Okay, Paul Heyman was on First Take, and they're asking him, just like normal questions, but Paul Heyman stayed in character. So he said that he's the greatest manager of all time. he said that Bobby Heenan's dead, so he doesn't matter. He doesn't care. He's glad that he's dead. And then he said that Jimmy Hart's still alive. That means God never answered my prayers.
Only Paul Heyman could get away with that. only Paul Heyman could get away with that.
Paul Heyman's lucky. Paul Heyman's very lucky.
And then immediately they went to Stephen A. and Stephen A's mouth dropped. The second Paul Heyman said it.
Paul Heyman.
That was the interview. He had an interview with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
No,
I always laugh.
Him and Roman Reigns was on the. I was saying.
You go.
I was about to say quickly. Him and Roman Reigns was on the ESPN show this morning. That's why he was on it. I was answering Sandman's question.
You know who Roman Reigns is, right? He's not only the tribal chief, he's a drip god.
All right, I'm gonna send it right now.
I always laugh when people always do the Bobby Heenan or Paul Heyman thing. Paul Heyman's lucky because he really got his big break as a manager after the golden years. So he was able to manage more people to world titles because in the era before that, there was too many top stars. Bobby Heenan would have had more world champions if Hulk Hogan wasn't around or Steve Austin wasn't around.
I got one better for you. What if this dude, Roman Reigns, was with the Heenan family? Bam.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Bobby Heenan bringing this dude, Roman Reigns, to the ring as his manager? Man.
You talk about he's vicious now and starting now. Whew. You talk about the 80s and 90s and stuff.
The Heenan family. I really like the Heenan family. It was great.
But Paul Heyman was so damn funny today.
Paul Heyman said
he literally did the interview staying in character.
He deserves a promotion after that interview. Like, give him creative control on SmackDown.
And Molly Kiram and Stephen A were in pure shock. Roman Reigns was sitting there laughing. Like he was in the far background. He was sitting there laughing. Had a big ass smile on his face.
Speaking of Roman Reigns though, like is Paul Heyman Paulie dangerously this dude promo coach? Because remember, from before, even I can admit, Roman Reigns' promo game was trash.
This is the same guy who said "suffering succotash" on live TV.
Yeah, remember that? Right. And he called Big Show Beanstalk and said said Vince McMahon, and he said Vince McMahon had shrooms or something for nuts or something.
That automatically drops. Roman Reigns.
Y'all keep on going. I'll be right back.
But he was cutting some cartoony promos.
I'm like, he was cutting those cartoon promos. I'm like, yep, this dude's cousin is definitely The Rock, because ain't no way in hell.
But when Paul Heyman said what he said, you have to listen to it. It's the funniest shit I ever heard.
Paul Heyman to me is he's definitely got to be helping Reigns with his promos, because to me, when it comes to promo game, Paul Heyman is in a league of his own.
Actually, he is helping. He is writing the promos. He's a part of the bloodline and the storyline right now. Paul Heyman got some creative.
He must have helped Jay and Jimmy as well, because they're both awesome now.
I mean, Jimmy and Jay was never bad at promos, but yeah, I could agree with you, Black Star, because they wasn't never bad at promos, but they actually is really good.
Paul, that's definitely Paul Heyman influence right there for real. Ain't no you associated with one of the greatest talkers in wrestling. Surely it's gonna rub off on you, man.
the way that Heyman speaks in his promos, he will make a normal Raw match make it look like a WrestleMania 19 main event. That's how good Heyman is.
And I was watching Raw for 2001. I keep saying I was watching Raw for 2001, and I got done watching the episode when Paul Heyman got fired after the Alliance lost to WWE, and y'all even remember? Do y'all remember that segment? That was the same show where Regal had to kiss Vince on his, you know,
Kiss Vince's ass.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that episode. That was the same episode where they brought in Ric Flair. I remember that.
Oh, Ric Flair.
Yeah, I
Ric
always
Flair.
remember the story about Jerry being fired because of his ex-wife and not knowing who to blame. I remember that.
Ric
Yeah,
Flair was by far the funniest promo of all time.
he was for real.
When he said,
He always put a lot of. He always made you feel something in his promos.
"Kiss, steal, and wheel and deal, who can kiss anybody in this crowd, even that fat one."
Yeah, but speaking of
Uh,
2001 though, guys, I want to ask y'all a question about
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
What is y'all opinion of that whole invasion storyline?
It sucked.
That was a huge
Worst,
mistake.
worst angle ever.
They should have
Worst
waited.
angle ever. Really?
They should have waited.
I think it was incredible.
They should have waited.
Wow, you really just showed your age there, bro. You really did.
To me,
I'm
they should have
20.
waited.
I'm 27. Come on now.
You just showed your age there, bro. That's the worst angle of all time.
To me, that they should have waited. They should have
Is it
waited till now.
I ain't
Yes,
saying
it
it
is.
was I ain't
It is.
saying it's the
Do
greatest, but
you realize the fantasy matchups of WWF versus WCW in the prime, and they fucked it up. That's
You know
the angle
what?
that should have changed wrestling forever, and they fucked it up.
But you
So,
know
yes,
why? But you know why? Part of the reason why it was fucked up, because all of WCW's top stars weren't there. They got
Look, they should have
basically
waited.
paid.
and that's why
They
you
got
don't
paid.
do it. That's
They got
why.
paid millions of dollars to stay home.
Didn't
Why
Wait till
they
the
didn't-
following years. Wait till the following
I-
years.
I got a
Right.
question. Why didn't Goldberg come in for the save after doing that storyline? Why he didn't come out? He waited 3 years to debut finally on
Because they were paid,
WWE
bro. That's
program.
why.
He was getting
Because-
paid millions. He was getting
Because,
paid
like I
millions.
said, they all got guaranteed paychecks to basically stay home. When you're
Right.
they got paid to stay home. That's why Goldberg didn't come. That's why Hogan, Hall, and Nash didn't come until later in the years. Basically, that whole invasion angle was basically WWE's mid card and bottom card.
If it was me, and this is me just being honest here, I would have waited till next year, to the following year's WrestleMania.
They should
then-
have. What basically happened was Vince. I'm not trying to be graphic here, but basically Vince blew his load. He couldn't hold it, and it's like you don't have your big guns, so just wait.
Pause.
You just
Pause.
they just waited. but
You
yeah,
didn't say pause.
At that point, you would have had Hall and Nash versus the Brothers of Destruction. That would have been your tag team match. Then you would have had Goldberg versus Austin, The Rock versus Hogan. That screams $1 million.
You probably would. You probably for all that, you probably could have did Goldberg versus Taker back then instead of doing it in Saudi.
see what I would have did. What I would have did if I was in charge. After WCW died, continue WWF operations as normal. Just continue doing your own thing. Don't acknowledge the death of WCW or ECW. But when they first started the invasion, slowly but surely, you started seeing WCW people and ECW people making appearances. Like Lance Storm started wrestling. Just Incredible. I always love that name, by the way. That's not just
wrestling, not wrestling,
amazing.
attacking.
That's just incredible, right? But
Like, it would've
what I would have
just
did
have an
was
attack.
over a period of the year, slowly but surely, have your Buff Bagwells, your Justin Credibles, your Lance Storms, your Booker T's, your DDPs, and so on and so forth. Have the WCW guys and the ECW guys slowly just debut, right? Over a period of a year. And when they debut, don't acknowledge that they're WCW guys. Acknowledge the newcomers, right? And you did this, just keep doing this slowly but surely. You have them slowly infiltrate the roster. And where you do the big reveal, you do the big, because if you remember, Royal Rumble 2002 was in Atlanta. It was in Atlanta.
Oh,
the
yeah,
the
it
headquarters
was. It was
of
in
Oh,
Georgia
wow.
Dome.
WCW.
It was in
Right. So
Georgia
what
Dome,
I
wasn't
would
it?
have did, yeah, it was. So what I would have did, I would have did the angle at the Rumble in 2002 because that was the one where Triple H came back from his quad tear. Correct? He came
Yeah.
back from his
Yeah.
quad tear and he
Quad
won the
tear and
Rumble.
won it.
Right. You could still do that. You could still do that. So what I would have did was at that Rumble, that was the same Rumble where Taker was eliminated by Maven, and then he just went batshit crazy and beat the
He
fuck out of
beat the
Maven.
shit out
Love
of
that
me.
spot. Right. So you can keep that in. You can keep that in. So after the Taker Maven thing, after that's over, Triple H is in there, right? And then he starts fighting Booker T. Then he starts fighting Bagwell. Then he starts
Then
fighting
Steiner.
Lance Storm. Then he starts fighting Steiner. And then before you know it, the ring is full of guys, and all of a sudden the brawling stops, and they all look at each other. And it can be like Triple H, Austin, and I guess The Rock. Like, let it be like 2 or 3 top WWF guys, and everybody else in the ring is like from WCW, ECW, or like both. And it's like all of a sudden they realize, wait a minute. And then it's like the light bulb goes off, and they just fucking jump Triple H, they jump Austin, and it's like all of a sudden they all just work together. And then commentary can be like, "What's this? What's this? What's going on?
Who are
What's
these
going
people?"
on?" And, right, and then that's when you could have had Shane or Stephanie or whoever be like, "We're taking over." And then the very next night, you could have had like the NWO or whoever be like the new leaders or something. Just wait, basically.
How about
You know?
this? How about this? Instead of Stephanie and Shane, make it Shane and Paul Heyman. Leave
Yeah,
Stephanie
that
out of
works
it.
better. Yeah, that works better.
And
Yeah.
why doing the invasion storyline? That episode, the episode I was watching, every WCW had to every WCW or Raw superstar had to defend their titles that whole night. I seen about like 5 championship matches in one night.
Mhm.
Another
Right.
thing, Hope have
I feel like the other thing they should have done too was I understand it was the WWF, so WWF has the advantage, but I did not like how the majority of WCW, and not all of them, but most of the WCW and ECW guys were portrayed as heels. And it's like, no, like in a real fantasy matchup, you let the fans decide. Let the fans dictate who's the face and who's the heel. You got that a little bit. Like they never did boo RVD. RVD was like super over.
no.
He was over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they never booed RVD. They booed Booker at first, but then Booker won over the fans because he was so funny. They
The price
didn't
check on
boo Rey
Jackass.
Mysterio. Right, they didn't boo Rey Mysterio. The fans loved Rey Mysterio. They loved Steiner. They wanted to boo Steiner, but Steiner was like too funny and too cool. But for the most part, most of the WCW guys were like booked as heels, and it's like, no, like you should let the fans decide. That I didn't like that.
And I had no, I was. Let me say this real quick, but I started. Then you could go. I had no idea Edge was held the U.S. title in 2001 during the Invasion storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was one of the MVPs. Like him, Test, Booker T. You know what I mean? Who was the MVP? Rhino, somewhat. It was like the MVPs.
Yeah.
The invasion angle.
But to me, and like here's like the topper of what Toph was saying. I would have had Bischoff come out and say that I'm the money man, and the reason why I'm doing this is because you took WCW from me. You took my baby from me. So I'm gonna take your baby from you.
Well, remember this dude did that shit. Paul Heyman, Yeah, cut that scathing promo.
Yeah, just have Heyman and Bischoff say, "You took what was ours, so we're gonna take what's yours."
But then
Well,
again, I wouldn't have seen Bischoff and Heyman. They wouldn't have worked well together because they got personal beef too. Because a lot of Heyman's
y'all don't
guys,
remember that
because a
promo that
lot of
this dude
Heyman's guys left for WCW.
True.
well, hold on. Say that again, TKO. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Say that again, TKO.
Now I was just saying, Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff
That would
around
have
that
worked.
time it wouldn't have worked because a lot of Heyman's guys from ECW left to go to WCW, so that wouldn't work.
Mysterio, Saturn.
Yeah,
Can y'all imagine?
Guerrero.
Can y'all imagine Brock Lesnar being in prime WCW with Goldberg?
That's an interesting thought.
Wasn't
It
that a
just
feud?
came up in my head.
I ain't gonna lie, on some real shit. If Lesnar, like especially prime Bork Laser, Goldberg would have never existed.
See where they fucked up. Where they fucked up was like in some ways I feel like Vince sabotaged it. They had Booker face Bagwell in the main event for the WCW title, and
Wasn't Bischoff a broadcaster that night?
Yeah,
No.
it wasn't.
Not
It
Bischoff.
wasn't a good
Schiavone.
match.
Schiavone was a broadcaster that night.
yeah.
No, it was
Wait.
it was Hudson. I want to say it was
Yeah,
Hudson
Scott
and Arn
Hudson.
Anderson. Yeah, it was Scott Hudson and Arn Anderson, I believe.
Really?
Who did it?
Nah, it wasn't
Yeah.
on Anderson. I don't think it was on Anderson.
It was
I
Hudson
think
and somebody. It wasn't.
It
Shivani,
was,
I know
yeah,
that.
it was Scott Hudson.
That was Hudson
Yeah.
and Schiavone.
Well, what they
But-
should have did. Well, what they should have did was first of all, like if they were going to do that match, if Booker versus Bagwell was the match they were going to do, they should have waited.
Hold on, wait. Before we continue on, yo, shots go out to Scott Hudson, man. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Let's give Scott Hudson his flowers now, because a lot of motherfuckers don't talk about Scott Hudson, and Scott Hudson been holding it down for years.
It was at the
So-
beginning of TNA as well.
Yeah, shots go out to Scott Hudson, man. But go ahead, Cole.
Yeah, if they were going to do Booker and Bagwell, firstly, they should have did that like in the South, like a more Southern crowd, like in Georgia or the Carolinas may have reacted more because WCW went in that area more. But I feel like the concept of doing two WCW guys fighting for a WCW world title on a WWF show was not going to go over well because the WWF fans were conditioned for years that WCW was the inferior
Especially
brand.
in the East.
Right. So I feel like what they should have did was instead of have Booker T,
Henny God was good. Henny God.
instead of Booker facing Bagwell, he should have faced a lower card WWF guy that
Like
could
who?
afford a loss.
Who would
So
have fit
for instance,
that?
like
Who would have fit that bill?
They could have
just-
had
just-
anybody fit that bill.
yeah,
at
just
that
anybody,
time.
just anyone, like any lower card guy at that time who could take a loss, like say Val Venus or Hardcore Holly or whoever, just not a main event guy. Like for instance, right, like today in the modern era, right, we have WWE and AEW. Let's say for whatever reason, WWE and AEW actually establish a working relationship, right? And let's just say I'm just tossing out this idea. Say Austin Theory defends the WWE United States Championship against Baron Corbin on Dynamite. AEW fans would boo the fuck out of that. They don't give a fuck about Austin Theory or Baron Corbin.
I honestly thought you was gonna say Austin Theory versus Ricky Starks.
No. But you're close. You're close. They wouldn't. The AEW fans
That
wouldn't
would be a
care.
really good match, though.
Right.
I would love
The
to see
it. Would
AEW
be.
fans would not care if Austin Theory defended the U.S. title against Baron Corbin on Dynamite. But if you
They
did
would
Austin
shit on
Theory
that.
versus Darby Allin or
That
Austin
would
Hold
work.
on. Hold on. Yo, you guys are awesome. The likes is looking extravagant. Thank you. Keep hitting that thumbs up like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho!
Oh,
But yeah, if you did Austin Theory versus Darby Allin or
That would
Ricky
work.
Starks, right?
That
And the
would work.
AEW fans would react to that, or vice versa. Say you had Orange Cassidy versus
no.
Kip Sabian. Say you had Orange Cassidy versus Kip Sabian on a random episode of Raw.
I
WWE
would dig
fans
some-
wouldn't care about that.
I
But
would
if you
fly to
did Orange Cassidy,
wherever Raw is at and bitch slap Triple H and Vince.
right? But if you did Orange Cassidy versus Chad Gable on Raw, the
That would
WWE
work.
fans would, yeah, that would work. So that's what they should have did. They should have had Booker T defend the WCW title against lower card WWF guys who could take the loss. That way, you're building Booker, you're establishing him, you're establishing, hey, the WCW title's a thing, and then after he beats like I don't know 4 or 5 undercard guys, then you could have like an Angle or a Jericho or a Guerrero or someone more established challenge Booker for the belt at like Fully Loaded or whatever pay-per-view was around at the time, you know.
But Bagwell is
Was
such an
was
unbelievable
Bagwell really world champion? Believe it or not, Henny guy.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy. Yeah, Bagwell was super over, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when he almost broke his neck at like 98. Bagwell, I know this sounds like fucking blasphemy to say, but believe it or not, there is a period where Bagwell was so over. WCW thought that Bagwell could be like their version of Shawn Michaels. The girls loved him. Bro.
Yeah,
The girls
definitely.
loved him. He was over.
I agree. When he came on with the whole buff of the whole buff with the stuff campaign, that shit was over.
Yeah, go watch the promo, Hendy guy. Go watch the promo. The promo the last night of Nitro when Vince was in the ring, where he was cutting the promo, and he was like, "Who should we get?" And he was saying different names. He said Goldberg. He said Luger. He said Bagwell. He was gauging the WWF audience to see who the crowd liked, and he did mention Bagwell's name, and the fans cheered. Bagwell was over, bro. He was over in like 99, 2000, 2001.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
Hey, Toph, you had an idea that you just made a comment that had an idea pop out my mind. I would hope WWE and AEW would hear this, but if what dream matches would y'all want to see between WWE and AEW like Survivor Series?
Honestly, the first match that comes to mind is the match that we never got at a high level in WWE. I would like to see Roman, Seth, and Mox in a triple threat. We never. I mean, they did. I think they had like one triple threat, like at what was it, Battleground or something?
Battleground 2016.
But we never got
that's different from now. That's like a whole nother lifetime.
Right.
Yeah, all those guys is grown and they look like they've been through war. So they
let's really call it what it is. We need another Shield reunion. Let's talk about it.
Do we?
Yes, we do. Not right now, but within the next 5 years. Within the next 5 years, yes, we need a Shield reunion within the next 5 years.
I mean, the way John Moxley has been operating with these death matches, he might not live another 5 years.
Hey, what's the match? What's the match?
He came to the dark side.
Hey, what's the match?
Dark shit right there.
Yeah, that is a true statement because would AEW talent have like 25-year careers with the stuff they do?
Yo, you notice Toph is mad quiet. Look, Toph's quiet. Look, he hate when you bash AEW.
I ain't bashing AEW. I'm just being honest.
I'm saying Toph quiet. Look at him.
No, because I was cooking something while I was talking.
Yeah, he hate when motherfuckers throw shots at AEW. He can't.
But I was saying that.
As a matter of fact, speaking of AEW, yo, Toph, what happened with Britt Baker, B?
Oh Lord.
Oh, go on King Mike's channel and go in his community section.
Oh Lord.
Well, I haven't been to his channel in like 2 weeks. What happened?
Well, he posts something on his community. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was saying, well, he posted something on his community section that has something what Britt Baker was saying. She took another shot. Well, again, apparently somebody said But somebody said, Choke, you can't agree with this. Somebody said she's the Jordan of all women's divisions. Somebody legitimately said that.
I mean, I don't even know what that means. What is that? What does being the Jordan of anything mean? What does
Saying
that
she's the
mean?
greatest of all time in all women's divisions. She's over. She's even over the leaders, the Trish, the Chinas, the Jazz, all the old time women from back then, and even the WWE four horsewomen.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
Charlotte says she's the greatest of all time, and she's not. Every girl's entitled to their opinion, obviously. So,
I'm gonna be honest about Britt Baker though. I think her, I think how AEW started to where she is now, compared to that to how she is now, I think her growth and evolution has been great. But as far as her being like the best in all women's divisions, that's a major stretch, honestly.
She not even she. I can't say she's better than. I can't put her over the New Japan women or the women in Impact. I can't.
she's pretty good in the sense that she started from scratch to where she is. So that's admirable. I'll give her that.
Yeah, because to me, because I think we can all name a bunch of women, past and present, that are better than her.
Well, again,
Honestly,
it goes beyond Britt Baker. I mean, every girl's entitled to their opinion. WWE would have you believe that Charlotte Flair is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I think she's below average at best, but that's a subjective thing. So,
but don't even get me started with Charlotte Flair. I'm so sick of her. Like you just
yeah,
don't know. That
Hey,
narrative needs to
don't
die.
don't get on my case. But honestly, Charlotte could get it. I'll put a bag over her face, but
no, thank
she
you.
could get
I like how you corrected yourself there.
You
So
like
I'll put
sex?
it. Yeah, clap, 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 clap.
Yo, you terrible, man.
I'm not doing
You
the
know how to fuck
I'm
with
I'm
you,
not
my
doing the
guy.
I'm not doing the limit Linda McMahon now. Come on, I can't do that.
Oh
I think
shit.
sorry.
Look, yes, Scott don't. He don't want no smoke tonight. Nah,
And
he's
he's
chilling.
in the chat too. And he's in the chat right on cue. Oh man.
But
I see. Oh shit! Here you go. Here you go.
Oh,
Oh man. Y'all done
Black
got
Star
dude.
about to get on his
started.
case. Black Star
Oh,
about to get on his case.
oh
He done
man.
got it. He done. Oh shit! He done summoned this guy over here.
So what I miss about the Britt Baker situation?
Oh
That
Do
she
man.
you think
say that
do
she
you
say
think
she's the greatest of all time of all women's divisions. She's the Jordan of all women's divisions, and that they got the best women's division of all time and stuff. Like I
You know
can't
what?
put them over
I'm not.
Impact
I'm
and
not.
Marcus,
NXT.
I'm not even
Marcus,
gonna
let me ask
fault
you a
her
question.
that. I'm not gonna fault her that because if you work for a company and you feel like you're the best, you should say that you're the
I
best.
was about to say that.
But
I was
here's
going
my
to say,
oh,
question:
like, what do you
How come?
expect her to say?
How come every time though, when we do come up with some information, oh, I didn't know about that. I don't know the resource. Oh, I don't believe that. But the moment we find out that cokehead Riddle is no longer getting pushed because of his personal issues, we
Yeah,
definitely
I
hear
heard
about
about
that.
that. I heard about that.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought it
done.
was fake.
He is
I thought it
nah,
was
he's
fake.
done.
You
He's
know
Yeah,
what's
he
done.
the
just
who
be
funniest thing
done.
stopped their
about
push?
that? Hold
I
on, wait,
didn't hear
hold on,
you. Who
hold on,
stopped their
hold on.
push?
Wait, hold on.
What'd you say?
So, give me 1 second. You know what's funny about that whole shit? Like, cause this nigga JD was saying that I don't know why Matt Riddle is basically going through this or
Oh,
whatever.
Riddle.
Yeah, I'm like, my dude,
Yeah.
are you serious? Are you that oblivious? Like, this dude went public with a whole porn star, married her, everything.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
I
about to
mean,
say
he
if
be drunk.
to
He
be
be
fair to
drunk.
Riddle though,
So
You
that
know
was
he
my
be
research.
drunk. He
Yeah,
be
all
drunk
I gotta
and
say
high
about Matt Riddle,
most of the time.
all I gotta
So
say about him is where there's smoke, there's fire. It's one thing if like one person accuses you, if two people accuse you, but when three or more girls, like there's no way all of them are lying. You know, either they all got some established like, yo, we're gonna gang up and say fuck this guy in particular, or there's something going on there. He's got to be careful, otherwise he may end up like Velveteen Dream. If you
Dude,
remember in
that's
our
not smoke. That's an
predictions,
inferno.
Can we
right?
can we honestly say, he's a predator?
I'm not going to say he's a
Not
predator, but
yet.
I do think he's a groomer. I do think he's low key grooming, and
So
I
you're right
think if
about
he's
that.
not careful,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
like that's isn't that borderline being predatorial?
Not really.
yeah,
It
Not
depends
really.
on what.
it depends.
It
It
depends on who you
varies.
groom.
So if
yeah,
you're
it ain't gonna
predator,
be long. It ain't gonna
you're
be
only
long until a sexual harassment comes out
you're,
saying he touched a woman.
Let's just say, right, Sam,
Wait,
man.
wait, hold on, wait, rewind that. What'd you say, Marcus?
I said it ain't gonna be long until something come out saying he sexual harassed a woman.
oh
Where
Give
yeah.
it a minute.
you been? That Ben came out like years
No, I'm
ago.
talking about another. I'm talking about another case. I'm talking about
Oh,
another case.
okay.
Yeah, just like
Because he's got like four different girls who've all spoken out against him. So
To me, the thing about Matt Riddle is that he's a weird motherfucker.
but here's the
But
thing. These
but
girls know what
compared,
they're getting themselves into, why they continue to fuck with the dude if they know he's crazy. So here's the thing. That's just like the Stevens situation. All right.
here's the
He
difference.
wasn't he
Here's the
wasn't
difference,
found
though.
guilt he wasn't found guilty, but they still trying to crucify this dude.
Here's the difference, though. The difference is this: Game of Stevens is trash. Matt Riddle has some talent. That's the reason why they're dealing with this bullshit to begin with.
I
yeah,
mean,
you're
Hey,
right
of
about
course
that.
he's trash. He just started professional wrestling.
He's fucking
Well,
trash.
that's and in a way you can't really, when it comes to their athletic ability, they came from different backgrounds, somewhat similar, but I would
One
say
is an
that girl
Olympian, the other's an
You
had
know
MMA
more
who Matt
fighter.
Riddle
experience.
needs? This is so random. Matt Riddle needs Dennis Rodman. That's what he needs.
What?
He needs Dennis Rodman.
So he needs extra strength coke. That's what he needs.
No, because Dennis Rodman, Dennis Rodman in his prime, he was just as problematic as Riddle is now.
Oh
Michael
God,
hey,
Jordan
here
said the
this
same
dude
and,
go.
thing.
and
Dude
that's a
just
good.
jumped.
That's a
But
good.
This dude
every
just
time
jumped.
though,
You jumped on the
every,
fucking a ski slope out there, Scott.
No, that
every
no, that's not me. That's these
Yeah,
country.
right. This
That's
dude
these
went.
con.
He went
now,
right
That's these country
up at
dudes
the
Hey,
that
Rodman
push
was
Appalachian
problematic.
Mountains.
Rodman
these
was
shitty,
problematic,
shitty
but
ass
every time it
pickups,
was
bro.
game time, he got his shit together. I think Michael Jordan told him this. I forgot the exact words Michael told him. He said, "Listen, you do any weird shit you want. You don't bring that shit in the locker room." And he was serious. And then
Don't do it
Rodman
in
was
game
like,
day.
"Hey,
hey,
yeah,
honestly, Rodman was doing the crazy stuff, but he was producing. So MJ was like,
right,
Yeah,
right."
go
Rodman came to
ahead, do
work.
yourself. As long as you producing, as
Jordan
long
Rodman
as
will
you
outworked
murder.
Jordan.
producing.
So
Jordan
Jordan
will
used to.
murder anybody near him if anybody
I,
fucks up on the court.
I think Riddle needs Orton because when he was with Orton, it was like I think Orton, as crazy as it sounds, I guess it just shows you how much Orton has matured. When they were doing the RK Bro thing, I think Orton was keeping Riddle on the straight and narrow because
He
when
was
they were
busy.
together, yeah, like they were traveling and they were doing autograph signings. When they were doing the RK Bro thing during that whole period, Riddle wasn't getting in any trouble. There was like no allegations about him. Then as soon as Randy got hurt, it was just right back to where it was. So
So basically, what
Yeah,
you're
he
you
telling
make
me,
You
a
know
good
what?
point.
This is what
You
this
make
is
a
what
good point.
Riddle and the rest of the wrestlers need to do, and this is for the women too. The men and women just need to leave these hoes alone. Focus on getting money and wrestling, and you won't have no problem. Once you start fucking with the hoes, it
here's the
clouds your
difference.
vision.
Here's the difference, Scott. Most of these wrestlers are hosts. So
Yeah, but
And here's the other
still,
thing too, Scott. Like we want to do jerk off all around the world.
Hey,
All
Black
around the
Star.
world, they just keep on whacking off. Like
Hey,
eventually, they're gonna stop. They're gonna get tired of jerking off and shit.
No,
Hey,
male
if you
black.
or
know,
female.
if you
Hey,
if you know
Sam,
you
man.
got a if
Hey,
you know you
hey,
got a sexual problem, you need to go to counseling for that.
hey, Sam, man.
Well, hold
We
on,
don't
I was
Marcus.
back.
Hold on, Marcus.
we don't
Let
Okay.
me
we
see.
don't give
Hold on. I wanted
predators
to say
any
this one
breaks,
thing
so
real
why
quick.
should we give these
Some,
wrestlers any breaks?
I think some of them, they do have like a what can you call them? Like a road agent. Like they have their personal friend during the road.
They need something
To
because
basically have a
it's
fuck buddy on the road.
Right.
I hear
Uh,
too many stories about these wrestlers getting caught up with the opposite sex problem or the same
Well,
sex problem or
Marcus, what
the
you was gonna say, Marcus?
I was about to say, y'all noticed, Black Star took he took like I don't want to say all like a whole shot, but he took a shot at Natalia and her sister because what they be doing, what they be doing on OnlyFans and stuff.
Hey, with Natalia and
that
his
shit
sister, that's
is
okay.
weird, bro.
I don't give a
You
shit.
Yeah,
don't touch your
he
sister
stays
like
snitching on you. What's the deal with
no,
you two? Why
no.
does the
Check this
Marcus
out.
stay snitching on you and just throwing you in the fucking hellfire?
No,
I ain't
Black.
throwing him
Sooner,
under
Check
fire.
this out.
because I
Check
know
this
for a
out.
fact,
I'm gonna
sooner or later, Marcus is going to fuck up. And
no.
when he
Check this
does,
out. I defend Black Star
and
on
when
this.
he does, don't worry, I am going to spend an entire episode fucking with you.
Check this out. I defend Black Star
Who
on this.
who
I'm
who
very patient.
Why
who?
the hell you touching your sister like that on TV? I mean on
Yeah, it's
internet.
strange.
What
That
the
It's
is
fuck is
weird.
strange.
dude talking about?
He talking
Natalia
about
and her
Natalia
sister.
Natalia
and
and
her
her
sister
sister.
got an
Oh,
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
oh.
she's weird. She's weird. All I can say, because all I can say is it's my first time saying out loud. I do have a little bit of Canadian in me, so I do visit my family in Canada every so often. Canadians are just they're a little weird. They're a little weird up there. So,
That is strange. Like what's his name? Tyson. What's his name?
Tyson Kidd.
Natalia. Her Tyson Kid. What Tyson Kid ain't giving her the nightly treats.
Bro, Tyson Kidd
He,
looks like he can't do nothing in the bedroom. Come on now, bro.
How you know that?
Nah, the
no man,
freakiest thing.
that's because he's known Natalia since they were like fucking 12,
He
bro.
tired of that
He's known
pussy.
someone. I know, man.
Yeah,
Ain't no pussy
that
better
bitch
than
is
new
born
pussy,
in the
bro.
bed. He said, "Yo, I've been fucking this bitch for like 20 years.
So what you saying, saying
Pussy,
man?
her pussy
Hey,
dry like paper."
hey,
That
so
shit ain't
saying
dry.
man,
He
what
ain't hitting
what?
it right.
Wait, so saying man, you think it got something to do with missionary position? The range shot he made to Cena years ago. He doing the
oh
missionary
I
my
don't
position
know. Why
tonight.
you
god.
Nah,
asking me that shit
take it.
for?
Nah, this is
Oh
it, bro.
my
This is the
I
god.
reality of it. A lot of
I
people
bet
don't
you
want
Yo,
to hear
hey,
this.
what
I bet you
No
I
matter
bet
how
you
hot a
John
chick
Cena could
is,
I
pull it
don't
off.
somewhere is tired of her shit.
Bro,
No,
I bet
Oh
I'm
you
my
John
saying
Cena
she
could turn
probably
I
her
don't know
tired
head.
of
how he
that
fucking this
missionary
bitch.
position. I'm just saying she probably tired of the missionary position
Yo,
every
No,
get
I
a
just
single
move, my
night.
guy.
I just don't think I think that is an arranged marriage because they met in the dungeon and if that was John Cena would turn her out. That's John Cena. Tyson Kidd,
Anyway,
he don't
he
look like
turned
he's
out
hitting on
Nikki
nothing.
yeah,
he turned
motherfucker's
out Nikki
crazy.
Nah,
Bella.
bro. Nah, bro.
He
Nikki,
turned out
Y'all using every scenario except the most obvious one. And the reality is, no matter how hot a chick is, some dude somewhere is tired of her shit. That's the
to
reality of
me,
it.
the person I know for a fact is a hoe is Io Sky. She has to be
how
one.
do you know that?
Well,
You
how
ain't
you
give a
know that?
Wait a
fuck.
minute.
What?
Did you
He
did you
don't
Who's
see
a
her
care
when
hoe?
she was
herself.
at
people.
NXT?
Who's a hoe?
She's a freak.
He said EO
Io
Sky. Like
Let
Sky.
when
me
did he
let me sit
ever?
his goofy ass down. What are you talking about? He said,
This
I know
man said
for a
Io
fact.
Sky.
I know for a fact she's a hoe.
For,
You never,
bro,
I thought he
you
was.
never
I
even
thought he was.
fucked her.
I
I
thought he
could
was
have
gonna
I could
say.
have believed I thought you
I
was gonna
thought.
say Last Legend is a freak.
I
No,
But
know
I
you
thought
Alexa
said
he
Bliss
EO
was.
is
That
a
Sky.
hoe.
You can't say
Honest,
that
The only,
either though.
the
Like,
only, the
honestly,
only
I thought
I
he
person I
give
was
a
know for
gonna
fuck.
say.
sure,
Honestly, I thought he was
the only
gonna
person I
say.
know for sure was the only person I know for sure was I know Alexa Bliss was a ring rat back in the day. I know that.
Oh, she's a super
But
hoe.
that's the thing though. You can't like you only go by rumors. You ain't smashed. if you ain't smashed, you can't put that out there.
Hey,
Then how?
so do y'all think?
How a non-talented wrestler like that get to where she at?
Hey, so do y'all think Mercedes was a little mysterious or sometimes?
I think she don't
No,
respect her
but since
punk
you
ass
but since
husband.
you mentioned her, her and Alexa had heat for a long time, and where the heat came from, we'll never really truly know. Which is where the whole Alexa being a ring rat came from as well. And it was one of those rumors that kept going around for a while, and it was kind of like the Macho Man Stephanie thing, where it's like a rumor, but nobody objectively said no and denied it. So yeah,
Okay,
I don't
check this
know.
out. Everybody knows Stephanie was an undercover freak from day one. They
She
just
said
don't
she
want
like.
the
She
But the
said she
macho
undercover
at
like.
freak.
15.
She said
Did
she
y'all
likes it
hear the?
anal on Howard
Yeah, y'all
Stern.
heard that?
Mm.
I did. I remember that.
But the Macho Man at 15 years old, come on now.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't need that. I knew Stephanie was a freak when she wanted to make out in front of Kurt while Vince filmed it. Fucking weird family, bro.
Hold on, wait, hold
Weird.
on. Yo, who that? Who that? Right? That's Henny guy right there.
Yeah, it's me. Hey, I had a quick
Yo,
question for the whole chat and the panel. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all talking about. I just started this shit since I was watching, and I don't know everybody's opinion, and I wanted to ask y'all how long have y'all been watching wrestling, and what is it that got y'all into wrestling? I want to know everybody's
What
particular situation.
You want
can
to go
I
first,
start?
man?
Can I start?
this is gonna take for the rest of the damn show, man. Like, come on now.
Man, just give a brief little joint,
Like,
man. I just was
Christ,
wondering.
we got like
Well,
15 minutes left. You want to ask everybody how they got into wrestling?
I can
Yeah,
say
You
what
gotta
year?
sum
Just
it
give
up.
it.
You
Fuck
gotta
it. Just
sum
give
it
me
up
what
real
year.
quick.
Just what year? What
I
year?
I can say a quick snippet. I've been watching since '99. I've been watching since '99, but my family got me into it because I seen characters with charisma and ring skills like The Rock and Stone.
1987.
1990.
1987.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. The very first match, the very first wrestling match I ever watched was from AAA.
1990 Ultimate Warrior versus Papa Shanga.
Now
Ooh,
back to these freaks.
the fuck shit.
Now the
But
co-
hold on, wait,
Wait, Coach
hold
and TKO didn't answer.
on, wait. Because there was a reason why you asked us that, Henny God.
Yeah, I just because I haven't been on it. I've been on the channel for a minute, but I never
I
knew
appreciate that. Thanks. I
y'all
appreciate
personal reasons. So it's kind of
uh,
just for me. I no longer watch wrestling like that no more. So I
it.
was
Okay.
wondering what made y'all start because y'all still watch. I kind of like I just keep up through y'all, pretty much through y'all.
Yo, you awesome for that. Like I can answer that right there. Like basically, long story short, always been watching wrestling for like, come on, B, ever since. And I noticed that there's no whole platforms on YouTube when it comes to wrestling. You know what I'm saying? You have your JD from New York, just Solid Monsters, Delixman, whoever. It will just be them on the live. Yeah, they'll read the comments, but you will never have them with an open panel. So I figure, like, you know what? That's a market I could tap into. And
they're very biased.
hold on, give me a second. That's another thing too. Thanks for including that. I'll let
They're not
everybody
like
speak their
Mer-
mind.
At least they're not like
This is
Mercer.
not the blind leading the blind. This is not the go along, get along gang. Everybody here has their own opinion, right? Not only that, then you threw me off when you said that shit, goddamn it. But that's basically what it is, though. All jokes aside, it's we basically the voice of the voiceless, and Toph and Nate, they was like they've been around since like day one. They like the part of the proprietors also when it comes to the content.
They're the outsiders, basically.
You know what
So
I mean?
So
so
they
back.
so I was about to say, I've been watching since 1999, but I got my family and stuff. They got wrestling tapes for the 1970s, so I've been looking at
Ooh.
a lot of film.
That's a little bit like you, Toph. Like Toph was saying the same thing also.
Yeah, how I got
Like, he's
into
been
it
a
was
student of the game forever.
Right.
yeah, how I got
What?
into it was my dad would take me to either Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, I think it was called. Every
Yeah,
time I got
Hollywood
a
Video. Yeah.
yeah, every time I got a good grade on a progress report or report card, and he would buy me or not buy me, but he would rent me a different wrestling tape. I think it was 1990. First wrestling tape I saw was Starrcade '93 of Vader versus Ric Flair. Um,
Which one's Starcade?
retirement match.
89,
Yeah,
right?
retirement match. Yeah, and a little
Or,
inside
oh,
joke that Nate and I always joke about. Ric Flair and Mean Gene were in the limo. Mean Gene visited um, Rick's house, and you could
What's
see
good,
Charlotte.
Blaze?
Charlotte, and
You
you could
saw
see
Charlotte, yeah.
his
And David.
right. And they got in right, and they got in the car, and Gene was like, "Rick, are you sure?" And Rick was like, "Gene, I knew what I was doing when I signed the contract." And my dad was watching and he was eating popcorn. And I was like, I think 3. And I was like, "Daddy, is the blonde man going to die?" And my dad was like, "Yes, son. He's going to get his ass
Mm.
kicked." And
Yes.
I saw Ric Flair come out like I think he wore like a purple robe and it was like sparkly and he had the pyro. And I was just like, what is this? It's like real life comic book stuff. And that's when I got hooked and I just started watching from there.
Made
Yeah,
Vader look like $1 million that match.
I think it
I,
was 1990 for me. And it was Macho Man. Or no, it wasn't Macho Man. It was the Ultimate Warrior versus Papa Shango. And I was crying because GI Joe was over. And the very next sound I heard was "Speak to me, warrior." That's what I got hooked right then and there.
I got into wrestling because of primetime wrestling. That show used to come on at 9 o'clock. I was supposed to be in bed, but Gorilla Monsoon, uh, Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan, and Roddy Piper. They actually had a talk show, and they just showed a squash
I
match,
Yeah.
remember
and
that.
then
Yeah. Good
that's what got me
time.
into wrestling. Now back to these freaks.
Hold on, wait.
hold
Conversation. Hold on.
on, I was back.
He want to talk about the freaks.
Hold on.
Hold on.
It's CKO turn. Hold on. It's CKO turn. Let TKO go.
Yeah.
Man. I got into wrestling thanks to my mom because she's a kind of a student of the game for like 80s and early 80s in wrestling, but I started watching it at around 1998. So when wrestling was like really evolving towards the Attitude Era, I really caught it around that time. First match I seen was The first match I seen, I think this was in '98, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it was Taker versus Mankind, the Hell in a Cell.
What?
That was your very first match you seen? Seriously?
So your very first match, you almost saw a man die, TKO.
I kid you not.
Is that the match where he fell through the?
Jesus.
I
Is
swear
that
to
the
God,
match where he
I
fell
swear to
through
God, that was the first match because that was around the time I was really into horror movies at the time, so that kind of helped me deal with that because I legit thought he died when I first saw that.
We all did.
Right.
Jesus
He was a
Christ, man.
psychopath.
Yeah, you
He
know
was
what
a
Vince
psychopath.
told him after that, right?
Yeah,
All right, just making sure.
yeah. I didn't. Oh my God.
No, but
So
I
I was
oh, go ahead, Marcus.
I was about to say I appreciate everybody here for having the wrestling knowledge and stuff. I can't never question y'all thoughts because a lot of fans today they've been watching wrestling since like 2017 and claim they know a lot of stuff.
you ain't, yo, that's a
I think
fact.
what WWE needs to do, what WWE needs to do is there's a phrase, I'm sure you heard of it. It's called watch along. Where like two wrestlers or more will sit. Like most recently, I think there was a YouTube video of Taker and Foley just sitting down watching.
Watching the Hell in a
entire
Cell.
Right. They
Yeah,
need to do.
yeah.
They need to do more of that. They need to have like just old
Those are
wrestlers just sitting
cool.
down watching old shit and just put it on YouTube. It's a great way to introduce newer fans to old stuff to
Well,
encourage them to watch stuff.
well, they was doing it in the way. Wait, hold on. I hear that noise in the background. Come on now, B.
I'm going to
What
tell a
noise?
bit of an emotional story.
Hold on, wait, because it's like somebody's in a dining hall or some shit like that.
Marcus, is that you?
No, it's not me. It's not me.
All right, it's going. Now, what I was gonna say was the Jesus, yeah, y'all throwing me off with that noise.
It ain't me.
Ain't me.
Yo, everybody mute themselves. See who it is.
Please,
All right.
all right. See, like you hear that shit sound like motherfuckers is at a delicatessen.
Hmm.
Hold on, I'm about to see what it is right now.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother.
Yo, I'm gonna sit this dude down, B. Don't do that, cause now you being rude. Don't do that, cause you making
Yeah,
all that noise and saying, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." Don't do that. Come on now.
yeah. But I know how to mute this
Nah, you know
last
what?
time while
I'm
last.
on. Well, hold on, because we're about to reach the time limit anyway.
We've been here for
Listen,
till
this is what we're gonna do, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because tomorrow's the 200th episode of AEW. Y'all pulling up tomorrow?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll
We're
pull
gonna
up.
we're gonna do that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Big show tomorrow. So you know what the card is looking like tomorrow?
I believe Jericho and the cat and take a shit as MJF calls him. will face, they'll
You
face
stole that from Drew
Garcia.
Cornette.
Yeah, they'll face Garcia and Guevara in a tag match, so that'll be interesting. Mox, Trent, and Penta in a triple threat. Sheeta is going to face Tony Storm. I think the Elite is facing Jarrett's crew. Jarrett. What's the big
Oh,
dude?
God.
Team TNA.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Might as well
You know
call
what?
it
You know what? They should really call
Fire
that.
themselves.
Yo,
Jarrett.
oh.
They need to
Yo,
fire
if they
Jeff
call
Jarrett.
themselves
Jeff Jarrett
Team
fucking
TNA and have Team TNA T-shirts, I will fucking lose it, bro. They should. They should totally do it.
Well,
Jeff Jarrett needs to be
nonetheless, it's
fired.
looking like it's gonna be it should be a fun call tomorrow. You know what I mean? Is that Carl Shida and Tony Storm match for the belt?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's for the title.
Yeah,
Oh, it is?
that'd be a good
It
match.
is for the title.
Huh, interesting.
All right. So what about Samoa? No, Samoa Joe's in Ring of Honor, so he already did. He already fought Gravity.
Oh,
So I mean-
Wendy!
Yo, did y'all see, bro? I love when Samoa Joe, when they try to jump and Joe just walks out of the way. That shit
Oh,
kills
the
me.
nope.
That's great.
Yo, that shit kills me so much.
When Joe pulls the nope.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's
thanks for
hilarious.
pulling up, Handy God. You know what I'm saying?
But let me tell like a bit of it.
No, hold on, wait, no, because we want to shut it down. Because
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Now you good, my dude. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, and thanks for everybody for liking. And we're gonna pull up again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, we got the Friday show, and we got SummerSlam, B.
The predictions on Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna do SummerSlam predictions on Friday.
I hope can we do a full show tomorrow? A full like 2 hours, not 2 hours, like almost a 2 hour and
Hey,
30 minutes.
well, if you send a donation, we could do that.
Oh Lord.
How much does it cost?
Cook a foot and a half.
If y'all send it just depends. Like y'all can send $5 a piece.
All right.
All right.
Y'all see the cash app.
Oh, Tatiana said that she just
Tatiana
came here.
down there.
She just drove to Tampa for Dynamite 200.
Hey, nice. Shots go out to Tati.
Hope you have a
But
good
I'll be asking y'all
Yeah,
for
good
that
time.
shit. But like, when it comes to the time limit, that shit ain't free.
Hey, can we finish the AEW versus WWE dream matches on Friday or tomorrow?
We could if you want to.
Send in a
Yeah,
donation.
I'll make a note. I'll make a note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
it's interesting.
We're gonna pull up tomorrow. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the likes. And we're gonna have a fun week this week, B. Yeah.
Yes,
God
sir.
bless. We out.
Peace
All right.
out, motherfucker.